2. Perfectionism. Have you ever found yourself revising a text you've already read 1,000 times, obsessing over every comma and accent? It's a kind of ritual that seems to make sense at the moment, but in the end, you only end up with a slightly improved version of something that was already pretty good. The culprit, perfectionism. This two-headed monster not only steals your time, but also your energy and peace of mind. Let's reflect on perfectionism. If you're like most people, you probably think that doing everything perfectly is the key to success. But if you think about it, perfectionism is a bit like being on a hamster wheel. You keep running without actually moving forward. Stoic philosophy, which proposes focusing on what we can control and dedicating our energy to what we can change, could be the perfect antidote to this modern poison. The problem with perfectionism is that you're never really satisfied with anything. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes. No matter how hard you try, there's always something more you could have done. This mindset not only exhausts you but also prevents you from enjoying the process and real progress. Instead of striving for perfection, why not focus your efforts on doing things the best you can and then moving on to the next task? Perfectionism is like an annoying friend who insists that you need to do more work to make things perfect, but in reality it's just stealing your time and energy. A trick to combat perfectionism is to set clear limits for your tasks. Imagine you're painting a wall. Instead of spending hours adjusting the color or smoothing every detail with millimetric precision, give yourself a specific amount of time to finish the job. For example, if you decide you have an hour to paint, once the time is up, consider that you've done a good job. The wall isn't perfect, but at least now you can see the rest of the room instead of getting lost in the corner that wasn't perfectly painted. Another approach is to use the concept of good enough instead of perfect. Do the best you can, but remember that perfection is an illusion. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot change. Applying this mindset to your projects and tasks can help you break free from the perfectionism trap. Consider the impact of perfectionism on your well-being. Imagine you're a glass of water. Every time you obsess over making something perfect, you're pouring a little water out of the glass. Eventually, you'll be empty. Instead of allowing perfectionism to drain you, seek to balance your time and energy. Dedicate time to what's important, not to what will never be completely perfect. Perfectionism is a trap that only robs you of energy and happiness. Embracing the concept of good enough and limiting the time spent on specific tasks can be liberating. Remember,